My name is Jason Maggio. I'm with Official Crown of Laurel, San Francisco, California. We're basically a small fitted hat brand. We're not completely limited to fitteds, but that's what we're focusing on right now. Started back in January of 2007, so this year we're really young, but it's been a fun ride so far. I started Vapors magazine and did that for several years, and then after Vapors, I actually designed a hat line for a different hat company, just for fun, and just kind of recognized that there was a market out there that wasn't being tapped, or at the same time even messaged to or communicated with, or I thought there was a lot of potential with what we wanted to do. Yeah, it's kind of tricky because the baseball hat is not necessarily innate with their culture or cultures. And here, every kid grew up with a baseball hat on their head. But I think as far as trends go, fitted baseball hats are really trendy, and that's a double-edged sword. But at the same time, a baseball hat is here to stay on planet Earth. It's never going to leave. Kind of our approach to the baseball hat really resonates with the European market right now. We've got some twisted colorways and not so sports oriented, which definitely they don't have the baseball. They're not looking for baseball teams per se over there. They're looking more for the style. So, and we definitely give them that style. The new chamas, all the chamas and all the crazy colorways are really like a new rave stuff, but back in the early 90s, I definitely went to raves, I'm not gonna deny it, and just stuff was wild and colors were wild, and so it's kind of fun to bring that back into stuff you're doing now, even if it's kind of under a different pretense, but it's just fun to mess with it. This season we have a Giorgio Armani licensed suiting wool, which, that hat really stemmed from what would Jay-Z wear? Well, dude, he'd be wearing a Giorgio Armani fitted hat if he could, so we made it, Yeah, well, we're moving a little bit. We're going to definitely introduce some other hat styles into our line. A bicycle hat, a 5-panel front panel hat. And then we're also doing some double labels with brands outside of streetwear or skate. And for instance, we're working with a company that supplies the M1 military flight jackets. And we're going to do an M1 military inspired hat and then jacket to match and things like that. Official, well, first of all, officially we're Official Crown of Laurel, and the whole name, a crown of laurel is it's a crown, but it's not a blingy or, a pompous crown. It's a crown that's built with honor and your laurels and dignity, and so that really sat well with us. And then official, it's really a hip hop term. You hear it all the time in hip hop, and it was just part of our, daily jargon, and so it seemed to work. And then at the same time, a baseball hat is sports oriented, no matter what way you look at it. And in organized sports, there's an official, and so it kind of worked that way too. These are actually from our one-time drop program. What our one-time drop program is we basically release 2 to 3 hats every 3 to 4 weeks. And it's a quick-to-market program where we're constantly having new product on our retailer shelves. We just recognize the baseball hat is kind of like the new sneaker, whereas kids are buying them every week, a new hat. And so we want to be able to fulfill that hunger. Both of these are 2 different colorways of houndstooth wars. We have a lot of houndstooth in this season, but at the same time, we don't want to, as much as we respect traditional houndstooth patterns and the wools and all that, we wanted to kind of I always think of them as little space invaders, so we just flipped it and made it a bloody houndstooth war. This is even stemming off the houndstooth wars because it has a bit of that art in it. And what happened here is we have a whole color spectrum of chamas, and basically we're custom dyeing the chama. They're a Middle Eastern scarf, and then on the undervisors we kind of just flipped it so the undervisors would match the exterior colors. We had all these different undervisor hues, and I just wanted to see if it would work as a hat, so then we made a hat out of it, and this is called Checkmate. And I think it worked, so we were like, yeah, let's put it in the season.